So, what, if any, ill will or bad intentions did you have or intend against Mr. Depp by assisting in writing, giving your name to this op-ed, and in publishing it?
None. It's not about Johnny. The only one who thought it was about Johnny is Johnny. I know how many people will come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed. I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power? He is a very powerful man, and people love currying favor with powerful men.
It's hard to forget how Amber confessed that she indeed defamed Depp, but it appears as though Amber and her team are having sleepless nights and burning candles, all in the bid to persuade the public into believing her lies. They have done so much that over 130 individuals and organizations have stepped up to support the Aquaman actress, and of course, this recent development is a tool used by Amber's legal team to distract the public's attention from remembering important details that expose her as the real manipulator. Here are some of the moments of truth that you might want to retain.
Of the bedroom of the we were in the bedroom this whole time, but up against the wall of the cabin, and slams me up by my neck and holds me there for a second and tells me that he could kill me. And that was an embarrassment. I was embarrassing. It was embarrassment. This whole thing was a joke. It was all embarrassment. I made him feel sick. And I'll never forget. I'm very, very, very much in love with this whole family now. And he's saying I'm embarrassing to him. And that somehow stuck in me more than the I could kill you. It just sounded like hyperbole. It sounded like something he was just saying. But the names that he was calling me, well, kind of just pushing me up against the wall by my neck, it hurt my feelings. It hurt.
One of the factors that led to Amber's loss in the U.S. defamation trial is how unconvincing and incoherent she was. And this majorly contributed to the courts and public's conclusion that the Justice League actress was feeding us lies. In fact, memes flew all over social media describing how baseless Amber's points are and how pathetic it must have been for the court to listen to her. Another instance you might not want to forget is the famous staircase incident. Amber gave a confusing and glaringly rehearsed account of Depp allegedly hitting her and her sister.
Herself, like in the line of fire or whatever, she just all of a sudden was there and was trying to get Johnny to stop. Her back was to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I just see my little sister with her back her back to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I don't even wait.
Meanwhile, when Whitney was called up by the court, she gave a different account.
So Johnny then hurls a Red Bull can and it hits Debbie in the back. She didn't even react. She didn't really seem to notice. But I'm standing up there talking. I'm standing up there. I'm at the top of the stairs with my back to the stairs, and that's when Johnny runs up the stairs. And I'm facing Amber. He comes up behind me, strikes me in the back, kind of just somewhere over here. He strikes me in the back. I hear Amber shout, "Don't hit my fucking sister." She smacks him, lands one, and then he grabs, at that point, that's when Travis runs up the stairs after Amber landed one. But by that time, Johnny had already grabbed Amber by the hair with one hand and was whacking her repeatedly in the face with the other as I was standing there. Travis pulls them apart. I get Amber into mine. I close the doors behind me and lock them. I then hear Johnny's voice shouting.
Amber has claimed that this was the first time she punched Johnny, and she did it to protect her sister. The Justice League actress also claimed that she believed Johnny was going to push Whitney down the stairs. However, during Whitney's testimony, she claimed that Johnny Depp ran up the stairs behind her, which doesn't add up with the story that her sister, Amber, has previously told. Additionally, do you remember when Camille Vasquez asked Amber, "Your lies have been exposed to the world multiple times," to which the latter responded, "I haven't lied about anything." Well, Camille questioned Amber about the events in Hicksville, in which Amber claims that Johnny grabbed a woman's wrist and threatened to break it as he got jealous of her leaning on his wife. Camille asked Amber about contracting testimonies that it was Amber who got jealous because Johnny wasn't paying any attention to her, but the actor claimed that many people make statements just to be a part of the Johnny Depp show.
You sat here and told this jury that the events in Hicksville started with Mr. Depp getting really upset about a woman leaning on you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's effectively what happened, yeah.
You testify that he actually grabbed that woman's wrist and twisted it, right?
And told her that he could effectively break her wrist by saying he knew how many pounds of pressure, or asking her how many pounds of pressure it took to break a human wrist.
But your own witness, your former best friend, Rocky Pennington, she didn't corroborate that, did she?
I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw. There were a lot of people there.
She didn't testify that Mr. Depp grabbed anyone's wrist in Hicksville.
Again, I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
You testified that once you brought Mr. Depp back to your trailer, he trashed it, correct?
That is correct.
And the manager of the Hicksville trailer park was furious that Johnny had wrecked the whole thing. Do you remember that testimony?
That's correct.
Well, we heard from that manager of the Hicksville trailer park, Morgan Knight, on Monday, didn't we?
I'm not quite sure who that guy was or if he had any involvement in this. I know a lot of people have come out of the woodwork to be involved.
Amber had also previously claimed that she punched Johnny once because she had heard that he pushed his ex-girlfriend Kate Moss down the stairs and was afraid he would do the same to her sister Whitney Heard, who was trying to break up a fight between them. Referring to Kate Moss' recent testimony in favor of Johnny, Camille asked Amber if she hadn't expected it, to which the actor said, "Incorrect, I knew how many people will come out of the woodwork to support Johnny." Camille also asked Amber if she had tipped off the press when she was making an appearance in court with a bruised face, allegedly the result of domestic abuse by Johnny, to get a restraining order against him in May 2016. Camille asked, "You alerted TMZ you would be filing?" And Amber replied, "No, I did not." Camille pointed out that the media was there on the one day Amber didn't bother to wear makeup to cover up the mark on her face. Denying that her legal team had tipped the media, Amber said, "What survivor of domestic violence wants that?"
When you saw press when you were leaving the courthouse, yes?
Yes.
You weren't shocked at all, though, were you?
Incorrect. It was
You knew the
horrifying.
press would be at the courthouse, right, Ms. Heard?
No.
Well, you did bring your publicist to the courthouse with you on May 27th, 2016, didn't you?
I sure did. I'm a public figure. I brought my publicist in case it blew up. In case. And
You actually
I'm glad
had
I did.
alerted TMZ that you would be filing a TRO against Mr. Depp that very day,
No, I did
didn't
not.
you?
No, I did
The
not.
one day you didn't bother to wear makeup to cover up the mark on your face.
I did not call TMZ or any other news source or paparazzi source. No one.
Well,
I never
heard
did that.
testimony from former TMZ employee Morgan Tremaine yesterday, correct?
Did I hear his testimony?
Yes.
Yes, I was here.
Yes. And you heard Mr. Tremaine's testimony that he knew to dispatch the paparazzi to the courthouse on May 27th, right?
I heard him say that he knew that, yes.
Yeah, and that he dispatched paparazzi to the courthouse to capture a picture of an alleged bruise on the right side of your face. Do you remember him saying that?
I remember him saying that.
That information must have come from your team, right, Ms. Heard?
Absolutely not. Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic violence wants that?
Now, this is a detail you'd likely never forget. In 2018, Heard appeared on a Dutch talk show called RTL Late Night after her divorce with Johnny Depp. While on the show, Heard discussed her divorce settlement, saying $7 million in total was donated. "I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. I wanted nothing."
Legislative reform,
Right.
and
Well, more power to you, because that's something that I've never
I
heard
wanted
of.
nothing.
Meanwhile, when Heard took the stand in Depp's 2020 libel case in the United Kingdom, the actress claimed multiple times that she had donated the entire divorce settlement to charity, while under oath. Now, however, when Heard was on the stand in Fairfax, Virginia, the actress finally admitted to failing to pay her pledged $3.5 million donation to the ACLU after she previously claimed to have made the donation. Ms. Heard then proceeded to blame Mr. Depp for not being able to donate that money because he sued her.
Donations to the ACLU and the Children's Hospital.
I have not yet.
And why not?
Because Johnny sued me for $50 million in March.
Lies upon lies. Additionally, there were diverse pieces of evidence that gave the Justice League actress away and completely contradicted her and her legal team's argument. In one of the audio evidence, we can hear Amber admitting to hitting the Pirates of the Caribbean star.
I'm sorry that I didn't hit you
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you?
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a baby. You are such a baby. Grow the up,
Did you
Johnny.
start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had
Because-
to get the fuck out of there.
In another audio evidence, Amber spoke about her evil plans to ruin Depp.
One of the two alternatives. Either I'm in a fight club, or I've been going through hair and makeup or going through makeup.
Left a bruise kit in one of the photos. The exact bruise kit.
I use a bruise kit, not a bruise kit, it's a theater makeup kit.
Through all these years where I have corroborating text messages between people that match those dates of those timestamp validated photos of either corroboration between people hearing us or corroboration of next day, Whitney sending text message to Kevin, him responding, or, the kind of stuff like between me and people in your life. It is insane. Cross corroborated, then it is a plan. I'm going to put makeup on myself and take pictures throughout years and just sit on it for years.
How then can all these lies go away by a simple letter? More than 130 signatories, including the writer Gloria Steinem and notable women's rights organizations, have published an open letter in support of the actor Amber Heard, who lost a defamation suit against the Pirates of the Caribbean star. In the letter, first shared with NBC News, feminist groups including the National Organization for Women and Women's March expressed support for Heard and condemned harassment the Aquaman star has faced since the trial. Groups that address SB awareness and DV also signed the letter. This new document might just make things uglier, but for who? Much of this harassment was fueled by disinformation, misogyny, biphobia, and a monetized social media environment where a woman's allegations of domestic violence and sexual assault were mocked for entertainment. The letter said, the same disinformation and victim-blaming tropes are now being used against others who have alleged abuse. According to the signatories, Heard has faced an onslaught of harassment and mockery, and the letter is her saving grace to let fans think she is the victim. But are the fans buying it? Apparently, Amber's fans have stormed the web with excitement that their adored star is receiving support from celebrities and organizations, and this is what they had to say. A fan wrote, "Glad that people are slowly opening their eyes to DARVO Depp. Stop listening to his deranged stands and listen to the experts. Marilyn Manson's bestie is not innocent and not a victim." Another commented, "So thankful for all the people that signed this letter, experts, lawyers, doctors, feminists, and victims. Thank you for speaking up for her, because if it was her in the future, could be anyone else. Hashtag I stand with Amber Heard." While another devotee added, after her victory in Britain, people are no longer afraid to stand by Amber Heard, despite the obsessive, perverted, obnoxious lies and trashing of social media by her ex-husband and fans. Hashtag give Amber her voice back, Miss Heard. Hashtag I stand with Amber Heard. Hashtag Johnny to piss a white beater Darvo. As expected, lovers of the amazing pirate have clapped back in quick succession to oppose the beliefs of Amber's stance. A fan wrote, "I watched the trial and like the jury ended up seeing her as the abuser, not him. I'd heard him hiding from her, locking himself in a room, her own voice hitting him, not him hitting her. She ruined his life and cost him his career, yet these PPL feel he should have no recourse as a victim." While another commented, "These hypothetical wokies talk about girl power and women in powers. Yet, when there is a capable, successful, strong, powerful female judge such as Judge Penny, they throw her under the bus. For who? For a privileged white woman who dates Hollywood actors and billionaires. Hypocrites." Another die-hard lover of Depp reacted, "I am proud to be one of the millions of people who support hashtag Johnny Depp because, as a jury unanimously found, Amber Heard acted with malice, making him a victim of abuse who gave male victims a voice in the hateful face of misandry. Hashtag Istin with Johnny Depp." Apparently, this recent development will create a lot of opposition and confusion among fans, but with the details discussed in this video, Amber's lies aren't going anywhere anytime soon, no matter how hard she tries to make them go away. Remember, our information is based on gossip and gist, so do well to keep an open mind. See you in the next video where we'll be sharing more.